So today we have a mushroom that almost all you guys have heard about, but none of you guys have eaten. We have Fomitopsis officinalis, or the Agarikon mushroom. You guys probably heard about it from the Joe Rogan Experience, episode 1035 with Paul Stamets, my hero, my absolute hero. But this mushroom is important to me for all the reasons Paul explained in that episode. Basically, this mushroom has the potential to not only help humans, but help bees. Right now, bees are absolutely getting decimated and devastated by the varroa mite. It's basically in every single colony that is out there, whether that's a natural hive or artificial hive. What the varroa mite does is latches right onto the bee's back, pierces its back, basically going right to its spinal cord. It doesn't have a spinal cord, but it injects viruses right in its back. 80% of that pollination is done by natural hives that are just out there doing their own thing. Nobody's going to them, helping them out, putting chemicals in their hive to get rid of these varroa mites. So somebody has to do something to give these bees something that's going to help them. Well, Paul Stamets explains how basically all of the polypore mushrooms probably have these compounds in them that help out the bees. They also help out humans. That's the reason why I grow all these polypore mushrooms: turkey tail, reishi, and now we have the Agarikon mushroom. The reason you and I will probably never get to have this mushroom is because this mushroom is an endangered species. It's native to the old-growth forests of the Pacific Northwest, and unfortunately, due to habitat loss and destruction, this mushroom in the wild is exceedingly hard to come by. If you do see a specimen out in the wild, leave it alone. Don't touch it. But please take a photo of it and send it to me or your local mycology resource, so that way we can figure out what to do with it, because it is a specimen that needs to be cataloged and potentially researched by itself, because each and every specimen is potentially containing different resources that we need. Thankfully for us, it's very easy to culture in a lab as mycelium, but the fruit bodies, especially in the wild, are exceedingly rare to come by. So if you do find a specimen, please do not mess with it. Obviously, there's a small exemption for mycologists who just happen to be carrying some agar plates infused with hydrogen peroxide in their backpack. I'm from the central coast of California, so I've never seen one in the wild or in person ever in my life. But here I have it in the lab. Thankfully for us, it is easy to culture as mycelium, and also thankfully for us, the mycelium does contain some of the compounds we're looking for. I'm in contact with a couple people that have beehives, a couple bee farmers, and my intentions are not only to put this stuff on trees, but we're going to be putting this mycelium near beehives, and we're going to hope that those bees pick up the little itty bits of mycelium and take it to wherever they're getting their propolis from. Bees are attracted to mycelium, bees are attracted to propolis on trees, so bees are able to take the mycelium to the fresh wounds on trees. I probably won't have any luck in the Central Coast because it's a dry Mediterranean climate, but there are a couple places, including my own property, where I think it's going to do well. The virus that we're concerned about is the deformed wing virus. The deformed wing virus basically turns the bee's wings into like little squigglies, and the bee just simply isn't able to fly. We all know that bees have a hard time with their body weight ratio to their wingspan and all that. But guess what happens when you get a wing that's barely perfect in the first place, because God made it perfect, and you put a little squiggly in it? Can't fly. So what we need to do is help the bees. That's why I'm growing the Fomitopsis officinalis. Not for me, not for you, it's for the bees. Also, if you happen to be another mycologist that happens to have Fomitopsis officinalis, Agarikon, or honestly, I'm looking for Amadou, if you're willing to share any of your cultures, please contact me. I'm totally willing to share whatever, pay you whatever. It's just, I had a hard time finding Fomitopsis officinalis for one, and I could not find Amadou mushroom at all anywhere. I'm simply just trying to put this out in the nature and have it for not me, for everyone else. We're trying to grow them in the lab to try to propagate the species. So if you're interested at all in propagating the species with me, I mean, let's freaking do it, dude. Literally. But not dudes, not dudes. But let's propagate this species, dudes. Well, if you're still here, thanks for putting up with the jump cuts and the poor audio quality. Subscribe, every single one really helps out. Thanks again, and have a good day.